Ed, welcome to the You Interview channel. We're so pleased to have you today.
Thank you for having me on, Eric.
So you have this new movie, Don't Tell Larry. You're both the star and an executive producer on the film. Talk a little bit about how you got involved in this project.
It came through my agent, as most things do, and I responded to it right away because the script was so funny. Greg Porper and uh, John Shimke wrote a wonderful, wonderful script. Very funny, a workplace comedy, thriller comedy, very dark, very funny, very edgy. They're wonderful improv actors. Two that we have in it. We have Patty Guggenheim, and we have Kyle Kennedy. Wonderful, wonderful stars of the movie, along with Kenneth Mosley is great. Tina Parker, who I know from Better Call Saul, she was on Breaking Bad as well. She's great. And Dot Marie Jones is there as Kim. Just wonderful cast.
Yeah. So, as a executive producer on the film, how does that change it for you?
I'm a very bad executive producer. I think they gave me that title to mollify me in some way. Not that I was asking to be executive producer, something my agents did, I think, too. But it
That's an
worked.
honest answer.
It worked out well for everybody, I think, because they said, "Look, you're the executive producer. You're going to help us promote it." I said, "Of course, I would anyway as an actor, but I'm further motivated because I've got another title on the project. So thank you. I don't know what I did to deserve it. I didn't do all the hard work that John and Greg did to take it and shop it around and to do all that incredible work writing it and all of it and post production. I get a free ride with these guys, and
Yeah.
I love it. They're wonderful guys. Greg and John are just fantastic.
As you said, there are a lot of fun scenes in the film, a lot of kind of edgy scenes. What for you? I mean, it could be something you were in or something you were not in. For you, what was the most memorable scene of the film?
The most memorable stuff for me was that stuff with me and Patty and Kyle, where they're there in my office, and you know, I'm talking about my hopes and dreams and aspirations for my company and things I want in my life. And then there's some real shocking events take place with me and with the two of them that are extraordinary and move us in a whole nother direction. But my scenes with those two were just incredible. I just loved every minute working with them.
What makes so, I mean, looking at your credits, it takes almost an hour to go through all of them all. There's so many. You've got so much experience, so many on so many great shows and movies. What for you, like, how do you bring the comedy? How do you bring that kind of element to a script like this?
Well, years ago, I learned from a dear friend of mine, a couple of dear friends. One was Dabney Coleman, the great actor Dabney Coleman, great in dramatic work, but he mostly did comedy. And also Charles Grodin, same thing, wonderful dramatic actor, Rosemary's Baby, lots of dramas, but of course, great work as a comic actor. And what they did, and my friendship with them, I truly benefited from in a number of ways. What they did was when they did comedy, they were never acting like they were doing a comedy. They're acting like they did Rosemary's Baby or some serious, dramatic work like they're doing Ibsen. It was all played very straight, not for laughs. And, we're going to have some laughs here, folks. Played it totally straight. And then it was all the funnier for me because it's not somebody doing shtick. You buy into it because it's people being very serious and they're put in these insane situations and how are they going to react? And that's always a great surprise to bring that surprise to it. So I learned from some of the best and never act like you're doing comedy or sell the jokes. You know, do it like you're doing Shakespeare and you're going to be just fine.
Hmm. Do you have a favorite memory from the shoot that was maybe something behind the camera that you can share with us?
Yeah, I was given some wonderful stuff, some wonderful notes and what have you from both John and Greg, individually and together that really inform my work. I come in and I bring what I'm going to bring to it. But working with guys like this, they had such great ideas to go in a different direction. And I'm going like, why didn't I think of that? That was one thing that happened regularly. But also we had a night up on the rooftop there in Fort Worth, and it was a cold night. It was chilly, so there was that to contend with. But it was just so great, the view of the city there, and I just had a lovely time. The rooftop was decorated for a party, my birthday party, as it turns out. We're all up in the roof, and so that was kind of a wonderful little party within the film. And while we were doing the film, we all enjoyed each other's company so much. We loved hanging out.
What is it that you look for in a script? You probably have a lot of stuff presented to you. What is it that you want? What makes it happen for you?
I had the great pleasure of working with Vince Gilligan on Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. You pick the project that he's done, the X Files. Things happen right away in his stories. In Breaking Bad, you see a pair of pants floating in the air in the middle of the desert, then an RV, a big motorhome passes through. And what does that mean? Pants floating in the air, and then a motorhome blasts by. What does that mean? There's some spent shell casings on the ground in another scene in Breaking Bad, and there's a lowrider car, with on hydraulics going up and down, and spent shell casings in the back window of this car is blown out. What does that mean? What is it? There's a kid's toy floating in the pool with an eye that's burned and what have you. The toy is singed. What does that mean? To set up that question, what is going on here? And then you very quickly, or sometimes over the course of many episodes, get an answer to that. It's quite compelling in that way, trying to figure out what's going on next. And Greg and John had several of those that were great payoffs. Find that question mark and then give it the answer, whatever point you deem it appropriate in the story.
Wow, that's a great note to end on and a great story. Ed, such an honor to speak to you. A big fan. So this was great. And congratulations on Don't Tell Larry.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for watching the You Interview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.